Now, as we ask God's blessings upon you, I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father. If you wish, you can join with me and say the Our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Now, we ask God's blessings upon you. And I want to tell you something. Remember, a blessing is not something where I think I could say something that would result in God treating you better tomorrow, better than God treated you yesterday. What a strange thought that would be. God has always loved you 100%, always 100%. Then you say, well, then why do you do a blessing? I mean, can I win the lottery? Well, not necessarily. You might not win the lottery. You might not have, you have more hair. Sorry. Oh, sorry. But and so that's not a blessing. Is not like twist God's arm. Now treat them better, would you? Because God cannot treat you any better than He has. In the first moments of your existence, you've been in the palm of God's hands. So, then what's a blessing do? What a blessing does is recognize God's presence where God already is and celebrates it. So St. Francis of Assisi, when he blessed the dogs and the animals and the goats and the horses, God was already in the horse. God is already in the fields and the shipping fleets in Greece, and they have the blessing of the fleet, the fishing fleet in Santa Barbara. God's already in the fish and the boats and the people. God's already there. We're not somehow shoving God into the horse. God made the horse. Mm-hmm. Well, then what's a blessing? A blessing does is recognize God's presence in the horse and celebrate it. That's what a blessing is, to recognize God's presence, celebrate it. So, people of faith can look at a situation and say, I see God's hand there. I can see God's presence. Sometimes when we have no faith, we look at a situation, this is terrible. This is a disaster. Nothing good could come of this. But faith is seeing God's hand and it go up and I say, mine. And so that's what a blessing. Now, the ability to bless, I'm asking God's blessings on you, but the ability to bless does not come from ordination. It comes from baptism. Both of you, different denomination, but it's the same. Baptism is the same. The ability to bless comes from baptism. It doesn't come from ordination. So you can bless those around you. You've seen the abuelitas, the babushkas, when they're going to make a sign of the cross, asking blessing on the child before they go away. Yeah. Oh, why'd she bless? She's not priest. But she knew she had the power. Yeah. We forgot. We've forgotten. So you can bless each other. The ability to bless comes from baptism, not ordination. God needs to do this. So I ask God's blessings upon you. You always know how great you are as individuals and how great you were even before you met each other, how great you were. God is with you. And now especially together, God is with you. May you always recognize that and celebrate that. So the days when you don't feel very lovable, some days you don't feel loving, some days you really don't feel holy.